All right, welcome to both mics.
Hey, it's a show about nothing and everything. That's Mike Sofka.
And he is Mike Taylor, and I'm going to pull myself up on the screen so you can see me here, at least if you're watching the video there. There we go. There we go. He's Mike Taylor.
We are both mics.
We are both mics. That's correct.
Welcome to show number 42. Both mics heard everywhere. Podcasts can be heard. Find us live every Friday night around 7-ish on twitch.tv/bothmics. Hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends.
That would be
Go
nice.
fuck a dog.
Let's get some more likes on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook. Both
Yes,
mics.
that'll be our focus. We'll see how many we can get this week.
Cool.
Hey,
Well, what's happening, buddy? I
just-
see a new shirt. What's up with the new shirt?
Yeah. No, it's not new. It's
Well, new to me.
right. Well,
Stop touching yourself like
yeah.
that.
Woo!
Stop.
I think I'm in a hot tub.
Is that
No,
stained?
it's stained. Yeah, this is
Oh,
from
awesome.
seeing him maybe 20 years ago or so. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
The guitar player, Sebastian Labar,
Yeah.
his dad just passed away a couple
Oh yeah,
weeks
you were
ago.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, lead guitar player for Cinderella, 80s fame. Cinderella saw them open for Bon Jovi, New Year's Eve, 86 and 87.
Wow, you're
Great
old.
show. Met them several times. Spoke at length with Jeff on the Monsters of Rock cruise. And the other lead singer for Motley Crue's son was their drummer for a short stint a couple of years back, Ian Karabi.
See, small world. See.
Yeah, see?
This has got that old school look to it with the different color three-quarter sleeves. That's why I like it.
That baseball shirt look.
Yeah. Well, that's the way concert shirts were. Don't you remember coming back from leaving a concert? That's what you got. You got the white one with the blue or black sleeves or whatever. Yeah.
Right. Now, were you an inside concert shirt guy, or were you a parking lot concert T-shirt guy? Where'd you buy your
I've done both, actually, because funny story about that. Lisa and I went to this thing. It was called, what the hell was it called? It was Hard Rock something. Back in Hard Rock Rock Fest. And it was back in like 99 or 2000. And it was in Atlanta. And it was a huge concert. They were expecting 100,000 people. It was at the Motor Speedway. And there was all sorts of activity. I hadn't been to a festival like that where 100,000 people were there, really. I ended up going to Midtown and other ones after that. But it was on one of the hottest friggin' days ever recorded. Because it was like Africa hot. And all the vendors were running out of ice. Ice was a premium. So in between each band, I had slipped the guy like $20 at the little Coca-Cola trail, and I said, look, I'm going to come by here, and I'm just going to fill up my cups with ice. And he's like, oh, yeah? And I handed him 20. He goes, hey, no problem. And I just went up, no line, just went up, got a couple cups of ice on the side and left. Boom, 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 back and forth, so I was able to see everything. Shit, how did I start talking about this?
Concert T-shirts.
Yes. So we stayed there. We're all day. I mean, Stone Temple Pilots were there. Gosh, there was a bunch of people there. Marvelous 3 was there. Shit, who was there? Those
311. 311.
No. They weren't there.
All American Rejects.
I'll have to pull it up here because I remember being there and having a great freaking time. And my memory is failing me as of late, I guess. So let me type this in. Hard Rock.
Rockfest.
And I'm going to say it was in the year 2000 or 99. Let me see. Utah.
I think it was later. What year did you meet Lisa?
99.
Okay.
Maybe it was 99. Let's see. It came up as 2000. Here we go. Yeah, this is the one I went to. Had Sugar Ray, Everlast, Collective Soul, Marvelous 3, Smash Mouth.
Wow.
They had a bunch of people there. Live was there. Eve 6, Silverchair. These kids, they're punks. They're had some sort of boycott thing going on before the show, and during the show they stopped their show to express their anti-gun stuff on people. You know, it was a big
Wow.
political thing. Yeah. So Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. That's who I was trying to think. They were there. So it was a real good time. So we're leaving the event, and you go to a show like that. I'm getting a shirt. This is like almost a lifetime accomplishment going to a show like that of that magnitude.
Right. Right.
And so we get a shirt and we're leaving, and in the parking lot there's the parking lot t-shirt guy with the backpack, hey yo, like that, holding up a shirt, and it's a tie-dye shirt. It looks pretty badass. And I'm like, how much? He's like, $10. I go, no, too expensive. He goes, all right, 5, but you got to buy 2. I said, okay, fine. $5, $10 in, I'm good. $5. The shirt looks better than the one I got inside for like 25, $30. I'm feeling good about the transaction. So the next day, we bust out the shirts and we're looking at them, and I go to put it on, and I thought I saw something on the back of the shirt, and on the back of the shirt they had all the band's names on the back of the shirt.
Good. Okay.
And the band, do you remember?
The correct names?
Do you remember that band Marvelous 3? I think.
Yes.
Yeah. They were no longer Marvelous 3. They were the Marvelous 6 on the back of that shirt. So maybe I think that shirt's
twice as good.
That's why it was $5.
Wow.
We're throwing them out, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I took a long way home for that. Sorry.
No, that's fine. We got time. I bought like Motley shirts. I bought the girls tour. I bought in the parking lot, $5. The guy wanted 10. I offered 5. And if you just wait long enough, they're almost free. I'm sure he doesn't even want to carry them home.
Right.
And the Dr. Feelgood tour, I also bought one, $5 in the parking lot. I remember in '85 when Theater of Pain came out for Motley, they had a tie-dye shirt with it said Motley Crue across the top, and it was orange tie-dye, really beautiful, and it had a pentagram right like on my sternum. And Brenda bought it for me in San Antonio at the show, and like it was a medium, and I was a medium back then. I was literally 6'3", 137 pounds. It was like if I stuck my tongue out, I looked like a zipper. Excuse me. And so we bought the shirt. It was $20, and it was the most expensive shirt in the entire tour. And I still have it to this day, but my daughter Jessica has it, and it fits her, and she's 5'1".
Yeah, well, if I would have, I kind of outgrew some of those shirts physically, and some of them fell apart and got real nasty and stuff. If I'd have known they'd still be worth money even in that condition, I would have just kept them, because believe it or not, those old shirts like that, those are a commodity. I mean, you can't find those.
That tie-dye shirt, I actually looked it up the other day because I was talking to Jessica about it. $92 is what someone wants for it on eBay.
Isn't that crazy?
$92.
And you know what? Somebody's going to pay it. Somebody's going to pay it. But I've seen them more than that. Anyway.
I graduated to the work shirts, the Dickie work shirts.
Yeah.
And I finally got one. I've been on Monsters Rock Cruise like 8 or 9 times now, and I got one, and it was awesome. It was Monster Rock, had all the bands on the back, button up, and I left it in the back seat of a rental car, and realized it when I got inside the airport. Turned around, went back to the car, it was gone.
Poof.
Went to the lost and found, nowhere to be found.
Of course not.
$55 work shirt, gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
$50. But the thing is, those I wear. Like I'll at one point I would wear them to work.
Right.
I'm working from home now, so I don't wear them now. I work like this. T-shirt, shorts, no problem.
Well, speaking of music, you recognize that band I put up there, right, on the video?
Here's Sgt Pepper.
Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, of course, the Beatle, the album from, I don't know, forever ago, in the 67 maybe? I don't know, what was it?
Yeah, I think it's 66, 67. It's like right when we were born. Crazy.
Well, according to TheVerge.com, Sgt. Pepper's to get new Atmos mix because current version doesn't sound quite right. And I'm thinking, what the hell are they doing? Are they changing the Beatles' music to make it sound better? How do you do what I mean, are you really doing what I think you're doing? and I started digging a little more, and it turns out the version that they play right now, if you ever hear these songs in the current mix produced by the younger Martin, the original producer's son, Giles Martin. The original producer was George Martin. He admitted the current version doesn't sound quite right. So this is the actual producer saying this. So okay, I feel good that he's saying that. And he says he's going to replace it because now everybody listens to that device, that whole mix on the headphones or on Apple or on some sort of digital platform more so readily than when in 2017 they had targeted this new remix. They mixed it in a way because it was going to be played in these Dolby Atmos cinemas at a series of live listening events. So the mix is actually mixed to a point where it sounds better to large audiences in a large room or a large, area. Whereas what they're realizing now is with that same mix, it has like a funny sound to it. Now, I haven't listened to both. I probably couldn't tell you one way or the other. This guy's probably knows the shit a lot better than I do. But what are your thoughts on that? Going back to, I think they're kind of changing history. They shouldn't have done it the first time in 2017. They should have just left it alone.
Right. And is Sgt Pepper's something that you want to listen to on CD or MP3? No, that's something like you want to put the needle on, I had that record in the past. Granted, it wasn't a first pressing. It was given to me probably in 8th or 9th grade. I had a history teacher who loved that album and kind of got our class kind of hooked on it. So I actually asked for a copy for Christmas one year, and I had it. I might still have it. I don't know. Might be around this room here somewhere. But yeah, fantastic album. And I could see, to change it up a little bit because of you wear headsets to listen to things now would be kind of cool. If they did it like a surround sound, that would be kind of cool.
Well,
I'm not against.
I think it was 2007. I saw Cheap Trick do that whole thing for the 40th anniversary of Sgt. Pepper's, and that was really cool. That was a great show. It was a tough ticket. They originally did like a couple weeks residency or so in Vegas doing that, I think, and then I think they took it to the LA, the thing outside at LA where they play outside. I don't know what the name of it is, and then they brought it because Robin lives in Clearwater. They brought it to Ruth Eckerd Hall. And that was one of the toughest tickets I ever had to get. And I was fortunate enough I got 2 sets. So I gave the other set to somebody else who's a big Cheap Trick fan who hates my guts now. But anyway, long story short.
Is that Lynn?
Yeah.
Lynn?
Yeah, whatever.
Was it Lynn?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, because what happened was I had to bail on another show that we were going to go see together. I was going to fly to Biloxi and go to this other show, and she fronted the tickets, and I did that. And then at the, near the end, they were like, no, you've gone to this show and that show and this show. You got to fucking show up to work sometime. And I was like, okay. So, yeah. Right. So anyway. Yeah, I do. And I met her and some other people back in the Orlando show when I hijacked all those VIP tickets. Do you remember that?
Oh God, yeah. The downtown concert series.
Yeah. Let me share that here with everybody. That's a pretty funny story.
That's where I got my red work shirt.
We had they were going to be playing the downtown concert series. Cheap Trick was, and 98.9, the appropriate station for Cheap Trick music, not alternative or whatever. They were giving away VIP section. Now the way the downtown Orlando was set up, they had some chairs. They probably had a couple hundred chairs and a rectangle in front of the stage. Then everyone else on the outside of that rectangle was standing room only. But that rectangle there, that was the VIP. So they say they're going to be making all these stops, like they're visiting their sponsors, like, hey, we're going to be at this jewelry store who sponsors us. Come on out in that 2-hour block. We're going to give away some VIP tickets. So I'm like, all right. So they kept having these stops like a couple months before the show. Every weekend they would have them. So I had to work. So I pawn this off on poor Lisa to go out to these events and try to win these tickets. And the draw was pretty good because there'd only be about 10 or 12 people because you had to be present to win. So
Right.
people would come by and put their name in. They wouldn't stick around thinking they would just get a phone call. And the thing was, you had to be there. So Lisa managed to score some VIP tickets. And I'm like, oh, great. And she goes, yeah, but I wish I would have got the VIP ones. I go, aren't the... No, she said, I wish I would have got the front row ones. And I said, what do you mean front row? These are VIP. We'll just get there way early. We'll be in the front row. She goes, oh, no. They gave away tickets, so I got that. But I got the VIP front row. It's like a red wristband thing. I'm like, you're shitting me. She goes, no. I said, well, let's go. Go again. You know, keep going to these things. So we went, and one time she did. She won the VIP front row. You had a red wristband. And it wasn't special. It was just a paper band. So one day, I'm in like the party supply store or some shit like that, and I see they sell this shit there. They sell those bands in bulk there. You can get whatever fucking color you want. You can get assorted colors, whatever. So I go home, I get the red wristband, and there's 2 different reds. So I get I'm holding it up like it's like I'm matching to a wedding dress or something. You know, I'm trying to get the right one. So I bought a pack of like 100 of them for like $10. So when we got to the concert, we had about 100 people sitting in 12 seats in the front row. Because we all had wristbands because I gave them out to people.
Well, was that 2008, 2007?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't know if you remember, the girl I was dating was like half our age, and there was a ticket stop on the corner of Sand Lake Road and John Young Parkway. We met you there.
Oh, probably.
And she won a pair of tickets. I won a pair of tickets. You won a pair of tickets. We had even more extra tickets. But I don't remember Lynn. I remember meeting Lynn at the House of Blues concert for Cheap Trick in 2009. Her and her friend, and we've been friends ever since.
Yeah, well, she hasn't got over. She unfriended me after that thing and everything, and I was like, "There's nothing I can do. You see me? I'm at every friggin' show. If I'm telling you I have to go to work because I've lost the job before over going to shit like that, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Fuck you. I'll get a job when I come back.
Right.
I was looking for a job when I found that one. So yeah. Some people can't get over shit. Can't get over the fact that I got them one of the fucking hardest tickets on the planet to fucking get. I had people offer me thousands of dollars for these tickets, and whatever. I've moved on. I forgive him, but I just wanted to share the story.
It's only been we had 13 years.
Yeah, I mean, what
years.
the fuck? Whatever.
Right.
Well, anyway, I went with that first, but I wanted to open with this one today. Do you know what that is? What that's a picture of? If you're watching on Twitch TV or on YouTube or on Facebook, I just put up this picture here. So if you're listening in the audio only, the podcast, go and check out the video. Where do you think that is, Mike?
Okay, believe it or not, I'm going to spoil it for you because I saw a video earlier today, and looking at that yellow thing, it looks like a Disney trash can or a Disney water fountain.
That's in Disney. That's like downtown. That's like near Main Street. That's like near the front of the castle.
By the teacups.
Yeah.
It's right by the teacups.
Yeah.
Like the teacups are that way, over there.
It's literally like a river. They have some sort of flooding, raining problems there recently, and apparently, being it was raining and everybody's getting wet anyway, parents were letting their kids go out and play in this shit like it was a flooded street or something. So. Yeah. The kids are swimming in this, and first thought was, oh my God, they're probably swimming in sewage. But I don't think that's the case because Disney keeps that shit so clean all the time. It's just like kind of rinsing it off. But I don't know, man. I've never seen it flood like that at Disney. Have you?
No, never. And I was surprised to see it, and I was like, okay, I had to take a double look to make sure it was what I was actually looking at. Now, what people don't realize, and I don't know how, informed people are with Disney, but where that is right there is the second floor. That's upstairs. So essentially, they're on the roof of the downstairs, what they call the utilidor, where people get from one side of the park to the other underground, and that's why you never see people trucking trash across the thoroughfares there. Is because they go downstairs and they move their trash around downstairs, and you don't see Mickey Mouse walking all the way across the park because he goes underground or on the first floor. So all this water's on the first floor. On the second floor, what's the first floor look like?
I don't know. It's pretty scary, right?
Did it like flood the downstairs somehow?
They say it was a little over ankle deep. So, I mean, that's, probably a little less than a foot, I would think. But
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd be letting my kids play and frolic in this stuff just the same. I mean, I don't know.
That is a lot of rain. To collect that much rain that quickly that it gathers like that, even if it's 3 inches or 6 inches, especially 6 inches, that's a lot of water.
So do you have a sound effect like a ba-dum-bump or anything on your phone or no?
Somewhere.
Yeah, see if you can pull that up real quick because I got one, but I don't have my button ready. So I'm forecasting a joke here. I'm telling you there's going to be a joke coming, so get ready, folks.
All right. Loading. All right. Go ahead.
All right. A friend of mine was at Disney this day this flood happened, and he said he kept his kids from not going, he wanted to make sure that he didn't go in the water. And I asked him why, and he said because on the way out the door they were charging you a water park fee of $50. See, Mike, you left me hanging there. Oh my God, dude. No, we're coming up to that sound effect in a story or two. Yeah. I like the way you lean over to the side when you do that, Mike. That's great. That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna get off that one. You're gonna need that same noise available here in a second because this is I thought I had it. I guess I don't have it. All right, let's pull this up then. Let's make this happen. There we are. Let me get this picture over here. That's a bunch of ground beef.
That is ground beef, yes.
That is ground beef. Well, there's been a meat situation here. Raw beef recall. Greater Omaha Packing recalls 295,000 pounds of raw beef for possible E. coli contamination. Cue fart noise.
That's pretty shitty.
Yeah, exactly. So, of course, this meat processor in Greater Omaha, that's their name, Greater Omaha Packing. They're recalling their select products that were produced on July 13th via the USDA Food Safety and Inspection Service said late Thursday. According to the recall notice, these items were distributed to further processors in Illinois, Indiana, Minnesota, and Nebraska. So they couldn't give you an exact link to where that meat may have ended up.
Really?
But where it was processed. So I think this is part of the green movement. I think they, one of these people that want to, make, do away with gasoline and everything else and do away with coal, even though they think electric is better, and well, they don't realize that the coal burns for their electric. But I think it's these people who are attacking the meatpacking plants. I mean, you only have to drop one turd in a 295,000 pound thing to have E. coli. I mean, bring a dog turd from home, toss it in there. It's all getting mixed up.
When I worked at a supermarket, we used to bust this guy's chops. It's this Italian dude named Danny, and Danny was in charge of making the chop meat. And Danny always had a fucking cigarette in his mouth. And we used to bust his balls and say, hey, they found fucking cigarette butts in the ground beef again, Danny. Right? And he'd have the the white butcher's coat on. And, like, he wouldn't use a towel. He would like wipe his hands like on his hip.
Oh, he looked like a serial killer.
Right, and well, it was red, and of course, what does blood do as time goes on? It gets darker, and it turns to brown and black.
Yeah.
And he had these black stains on his on his butcher jacket, with a cigarette in his mouth, and he'd be packing the stuff out in the case outside with these black crap on his. It was disgusting. It was gross. Danny eventually had a heart attack.
Nice. So, Disney did this Black Widow movie with Scarlett Johansson. That's who that is. I just put a video of a picture up of her, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Disney is getting sued by Scarlett Johansson over the Black Widow's streaming release.
Yeah, she opened a can of worms, and people who don't think about what she thought about are now thinking about what she thought about, and are probably going to be doing the same to their particular studio.
Yeah, well, she says she contends that at the same time the flick hit the theaters, releasing it on Disney Plus violated her contract and reduced how much she was paid. I think she's got a case. I think you're right.
Yeah, she they're doing this to all the blockbuster movies. Like today, Jungle Cruise comes out. That's a Disney picture, and not only is it going to be out in theaters, it is going to be on their Disney Plus. And not The Rock, but the female lead said the same thing that Scarlett Johansson said. She said, "Hey, my my dollar is connected to the release in theaters, and you're jeopardizing that by releasing it and people watching it from home. How many people? Disney Plus, when it came out, it was all the talk. Everybody was talking about Disney Plus.
I think they got to come to some sort of compromise, because it's obvious there's still going to be some sort of area of theater that people are going to enjoy the experience of going to the theater. But with all the pandemic crap and everything else going on, it's coming back, but now maybe it's going to get scaled back again. And I don't think you should get paid every time somebody selects your movie on Netflix after it's been out for 3 years. But I think she's got a case here, because that movie just came out, and I think there ought to be a window of time where they can do, you know what I mean? It's a limited use contract is what I think you should sign when you sign with people, because otherwise they can use that footage in perpetuity. Look at the people at Gilligan's Island and Brady Bunch and shit. They don't get shit, but everybody else, Seinfeld, he's got more money than God.
Right.
Syndication.
Yep. No, I agree. And a limited time is fine. Either way, she's the star of the movie, and if you agree upon a certain thing, you agree upon a certain thing. You change it halfway through, you leave yourself wide open for litigation. Well, I'm on her side with this.
Here's Disney's standpoint. Disney says that the complaint had no merit whatsoever. And this is a quote, okay, from somebody at Disney here. The lawsuit is especially sad and distressing in its callous disregard for the horrific and prolonged global effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. The company said in a statement, adding that Disney had fully complied with Johansson's contract, and on top of the $20 million Johansson has received to date, Disney said releasing Black Widow on Disney Plus significantly enhanced her ability to earn additional compensation.
Yeah, like a band. Hey, do my gig and you'll get exposure.
Somebody at the Wall Street Journal, or somebody in the business here, it doesn't give me a direct quote, but it says Black Widow's, and this is according to CNET.com, so it must be true. The Black Widow's streaming release is allegedly projected to cost Johansson $50 million in compensation. That's according to the Wall Street Journal, said on Thursday.
50 or 15?
50 million. That's what the impact to her is going to be. Maybe part of her money on top of 20 million is based on ticket sales.
Yeah, I guarantee it is. It might even be connected to merch. Who knows? But what this pertains to is box office versus Disney Plus. So yeah.
I'm reading on here, and this gets better. Disney's model, what they do, how they're offering this, is something known as Premier Access. It's not just Disney or Disney Plus or whatever. It's something called Premier Access. It requires an extra $30 payment on top of the regular price of Disney Plus. So Disney's getting paid twice, 2 different ways for this one movie, and they're like, wow. Nope, you're out.
Yeah. Yeah, $30 because mom, dad, sister, brother, uncle, grandma are all watching the movie on Disney Plus. So yeah, I remember seeing that stipulation when I briefly looked at Disney Plus and see what it would cost.
What?
Yeah, I ain't got time.
You just checked yes on the terms and conditions without reading them?
Yep, it'll be good. Click, click, click. Click, click, click. Make the popcorn. We got to get this thing going.
Well,
roll it, Pops. Roll it.
I just got the text, so our man is in the parking lot here. He's ready to come in. I'm gonna go answer the door here. I'm gonna cue up his music, because Lord knows if I don't have his music ready when he hits the door, I hear about it. And all right, so I'm gonna go away for a minute. I'll be at the door.
All right.
The music already. How are you, young Michael?
My Excellency, Your Excellency, how are you, sir?
I'm doing wonderful. Yourself?
All right, yeah. Folks, we have a very special, exciting guest here this evening. He's a guest from the East. The famous safari guide, the all-knowing, all-seeing, omniscient, and former electronic salesman from Crazy Eddie, from New York City, 4th and Lexington. I give you the great Mikestrodamus.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is great to be here. My limo has left. I will be taking the carpet home again this evening.
Sir, I have your envelopes right here. They have been hermetically sealed and placed in a mayonnaise jar and placed in Cocoa Beach since noon today. No one knows the contents of these envelopes, but you and you alone, in your infinite wisdom, know the answer to these questions in this envelope. Sir, I present to you your first envelope.
Ah, thank you, young Michael. Thank you. Thank you. Now I'm going to give you the answer to the question, and then I'm going to reveal the question that is in the envelope. Are you ready, young Michael?
Yes.
The first answer.
The first answer.
Charles Manson.
Charles Manson.
Simone Biles.
Simone Biles.
And a pecan.
And a pecan.
Pecan.
Pecan?
Over there we say pecan. You say pecan here. Ah, Charles Manson, Simone Biles, and a pecan. Name two nuts and a maniac.
Okay.
Was it too soon? Too soon for that?
Too soon. And which is which? Who's the nut? Who's the maniac?
That should be very obvious. That's very common knowledge in my hometown of Yagabaga.
Your next envelope, sir.
Ah, thank you, young Michael. And this is a wonderful one. I can tell right away. Both Mikes and John Morgan. That's the answer to the question. Both Mikes and John Morgan.
Both Mikes and John Morgan.
John Morgan is the celebrity pot daddy in Orlando, lawyer all over the place.
Lawyer extraordinaire, Orlando, Florida.
Both Mikes and John Morgan. The question: name three people that couldn't pass the bar the first time.
And Yeah, and you don't drink anymore, so.
Well, you must be speaking of your co-host there. Wait, you know what? May you stop by Arby's on the way home after happy hour. How about that?
And get a meat suit.
Meat sweats. Meat sweats. Do you have the final question, young Michael?
Mikestrodamus, I have your final envelope right here.
Ah, thank you. Thank you. Young Michael. Ah, yes, yes, yes. I know the answer to this one as well. The answer is 2 words. Smoking and hot. Smoking and hot.
Smoking and hot.
I'll open the envelope for the question.
Hot and smoking.
Smoking and hot. Describe California today and your wife 30 years ago. Trying to get me in trouble there. I see that, young Michael. May your next divorce attorney work pro bono.
Right.
And with that, I will bid you adieu, young Michael.
Good night, Mikestrodamus.
Great. I guess grabbing the intern by the ass isn't enough. Now we got to bring John Morgan into this. He's on the back studio line. And guess who answers it? Karen, the one he grabs the ass of. So now she's hiring him on the phone for the ass grabbing. And John Morgan's mad because we're talking about him in the meat suit stopping at Arby's after happy hour.
After happy hour. Nice.
Jesus.
Anybody need a sticker? We have stickers, both Mike stickers. Just send us a direct message.
You could stick them on things like I have on my laptop here. See that?
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
how bizarre is that? Of course, you can see my hand, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Almost, maybe.
My setup here has the same thing, but the green screen, so you can't see it, but there's a both Mike sticker where you have the sticker on your laptop.
You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to have a contest.
Crap on the floor. Hold on.
Are you done?
What are you saying?
I'd like to have a contest. Maybe the most exotic place or the most weird place that you could show the both Mike sticker. Translation. Maybe you're on top of the Empire State Building. You take a picture. You're taking pictures up there anyway. You're on vacation. Hold up the both Mike sticker so it's in the photo with you. You're going to,
Sounds good to me.
I don't know, some other point of interest. You're in Disney, standing in front of Cinderella's castle. Open up your wallet, take out your both Mike sticker, and hold it up. Get a picture in front of the castle. But these are just examples. I expect creativity, and I expect it to be turned up a notch. I expect this. Be surprised.
We have one of Mikestrodamus on his carpet with a both Mike sticker.
That would be wonderful. I'm gonna have to.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to hunt. Well, I think John Morgan will handle that for us. That'll probably be part of the settlement. Well, check it out.
ForThePeople.com.
Check it out. The NASA and Boeing Starliner is in the news. Why is that in the news?
Well,
They delayed the ISS launch. I guess you might be aware that the Russians screwed something up with the space station and backed everything up a day or so. So now they pushed the launch that was set for Friday, the 30th, and they're going to go on Tuesday, the 2nd. This comes after the thrusters on the ISS new Russian module Noka accidentally activated, causing the station to move out of orientation. Though ground teams managed to regain control and motion of the ISS, NASA is proceeding with caution. You know, I got to thinking about this, and I was like, so the Russians conveniently moved this space house over to the right a little bit, knowing that the U.S. convoy would miss it. Are they hijacking the space station? Is this like a Cold War thing?
Russians are dodos. Dude, you haven't lived in Jersey long enough in the great melting pot to remember that they're dodos. They're all dodos.
Trust me, I know. My background is from that area, but not Russian. It's Ukrainian, Polish, Irish, all that crap, all mixed in one. But no, I know. No, I'm quite familiar with the Russian mafia and all that stuff. Yes.
I dated a Russian Jew from Queens, and she was. I had to blow in her ear every once in a while to refill her with air.
Nice.
It was just, yeah, she was a mess.
Nice.
Tammy Kabetsky. How's that for Russian?
Great. That's
Russian Jew.
Mike_Taylor at
bothmikes.com. Yes.
Perfect. Now you got a stalker.
Now, like today, I actually, in the back of my mind, was like, maybe we should take Friday off and keep the kids out of school and go down to Kennedy Space Center and see this rocket take off. Xander would love it, even though he's 3 and probably wouldn't remember.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? Every time they plan one of these rockets to go off, it always gets delayed, especially the shuttle. The only time I ever saw the shuttle take off is when it was delayed and they ended up moving or rescheduling it on a day that I planned on being there.
And that's something else?
That's the only time I ever saw it. Yeah, back in 2000, probably 3 or 4.
Well, it's nice to go see, something like that, but you got to anticipate that going in. You got to have it in your mind that, oh, well, it didn't happen. We won't see. You know what I mean? It's kind of like going to Vegas.
You can't plan your day around it, and if you do, you're just gonna be disappointed and have a lot of.
When you go to Vegas, you just leave your room with the amount of money you decide to lose on this trip, and that's it. Don't the ATM card, all that stuff stays in the room. All that stuff. This is the same thing. You just gotta control the situation.
I took Brenda to Vegas in 2013 for her birthday, so it was basically this time of year, 2013. And of course, it was 100 degrees every day. And I go, you got to see these fountains in front of this hotel. This thing, they play music to it, and these fountains go off. It's like going to Epcot and Disney, and it's like awesome. Every time we went past that damn flippin' fountain in front of the Bellagio, nothing. And she's like, there's no fountains there.
Nice.
There's no music. There's no show. I go, okay, we'll come by again later. 10 o'clock at night, we walk by. Nothing. Just crickets. Yeah. And of course, they don't do it 2 o'clock in the morning when we went by the last time. So she's like, yeah, no, they don't do anything at the Bellagio. No, you're full of crap. So, I had to pull YouTube out and say, see? She's like, well, whatever.
Whatever. You should have had him. You should have arranged for them to have him there when I was there.
Yeah. What kind of boyfriend are you?
Come on, you know better than that.
My first time in Vegas. It's my birthday weekend.
All right, what is that? I put a picture up. What is that?
At first it looks like a tire track of some sort. Maybe.
Underground lakes on Mars may just be big globs of clay. This is, how they're saying there's water on Mars and there's evidence of water on Mars. Now some scientists are coming out and saying that they may not be real water. It may be clay, this type of clay. And they may be reading this stuff wrong. This is according to Gizmodo.com. Water on Mars is interesting to planetary scientists and astrobiologists because of its importance to life. The planet held water in ancient history. Yada, 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 yada. It looks like something called smectites and are more likely the culprit for signals in the radar data that are reflecting as water. Now, do you think it's more probable that they have clay or water? Because some people are saying that it's clay. Some people are saying water.
Well, that and a quarter will get your phone call.
I haven't seen a phone booth in years. Where the hell are you talking about, old man?
Right. I can't use my favorite joke. Well, that one, and it's like a mailman taking a walk on his day off. Mailmen don't walk anymore.
Nice. Oh, Lord, we're doing this, really? I got one for you. You ready for this one?
Okay.
Did you know that the Navy in Norway has started to put barcodes on the sides of their ships?
Okay. Why?
This way, when they come back into port, the guy standing on the port can just scan the Navy in.
Mine was better. Mine was better. Come on. Mine are better.
Well, we're going from clay to mudslide. That's a mudslide in Colorado. You have
Really?
You have somebody there in Colorado, I know. So
Yeah.
I think this is not far from that area, too. As a matter of fact, this is on I-70 at Glenwood Canyon, wherever that is.
Well, I-70 would be east and west, an east and west road. Yeah. So west of Denver.
Over 100 people trapped on the I-70 at Glenwood Canyon following multiple large mudslides overnight.
Wow.
This is according to the Denver Channel. Let's see, yada yada, yada yada, yada yada. About 80 cars were stuck on I-70 in the area between the mudslides. Yada yada.
Yada yada.
Let's see here. I'm scanning. I'm doing this scanning, so you don't even have to look it up or do it. I'm taking out the important things. They say 108 people were either evacuated from Glenwood Canyon or moved to a safer place following the mudslides.
Wow.
Friday afternoon, there's 60 to 75 people were stuck in their vehicles at the Bear Ranch rest area, but these people would be moved out east to the canyon later on. No one was injured during the mudslides. That's incredible. Can you imagine? There's a mudslide in front of you and a mudslide behind you. You're like, what the hell?
Right. Yeah, it would definitely ruin your day. It would change things for sure.
So now they're saying, well, here's the deal. If you plan on driving on this road once we clear this shit off, make sure you bring water, snacks, a flashlight, and a bike. Buddy.
Really?
Well, here's the interstate. Now, you're free to go on it, but just make sure you bring some supplies in case this happens again. How about I not travel on that friggin' road?
People up there, up north, typically do that anyway. I would always have like a blanket. I would have a baseball bat. You know, you never know when you need to smack somebody upside the head. I would always put a glove on the baseball bat and keep it on my back dashboard. This way the cops would be like, oh, he plays baseball. He's not trying to hit somebody in the face. Yeah. But yeah, you always keep extra stuff. I used to keep an extra starter and an extra alternator in my car because the damn thing was older than me.
Makes sense.
But yeah, up north and come Christmas time, winter time, you should always keep extra stuff in your car.
Crazy. You know, my grandparents used to, they taught me that you never let your car go below half a tank of gas. And I was like, well, why? And they're like, because you don't want to run out. And I'm like, well, I still have like a half a tank, so why would I run? You know what I mean? I just... Yeah. But I guess you want that gas ready, so in case there's some sort of problem, you're gassed and you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
I get
How many times have you ever run out of gas?
A bunch. Too many. When I was younger, a lot.
I've done it. Dude, when we worked at Rainforest Cafe, I ran out of gas twice on the way home. And luckily, both times, actually, no, one time I was able to sputter into a gas station, into a 7-Eleven. And the other time, I was right by Animal Kingdom. And I was able to, the security came and got me, brought me over to the Exxon, filled the can up, which I had in the back because I always run out of gas. You always carry an empty gas can with you. And put a gallon or two in and went on my way.
All right, I put a picture of bees up there.
Those are bees.
Those are bees. This is according to FoxNews.com. Man killed in Arizona bee attack. 5 others injured. 1 victim was stung 60 times.
Wow.
A swarm of bees killed a man and injured 5 other people with their massive 100-pound hive was disturbed at an Arizona home. The huge swarm of bees in Marana attacked about noon Thursday, stinging 3 people hundreds of times. Yada yada. 3 firefighters responded. Multiple bee stings. 1 over 60. Some 1,100 deaths from hornet, wasp, and bee stings were tallied in the U.S. between 2000 and 2017, and about 62 fatalities annually. Well, this is really putting a damper on my want to maybe get some bees and start making honey in the backyard here.
Right?
I don't know if I want to do that anymore. Yeah.
The whole save the bee thing is kind of out the door when you hear stories like this.
Yeah, I didn't know they were going to gang up on me and sting me 60 times.
Now, yellow jackets, same thing, only different, right?
Yeah.
And they don't have like hives in the tree. They like burrow underground. And it was me and probably 4 or 5 other people, my sister included, were walking off the beaten path in the woods behind my house. And I was last in line, and the people in front of me disturbed this yellow jacket nest. And apparently they realized it when I was standing on top of it, and they came up and they stung me everywhere I possibly could be stung. I was stung in the eye. I was stung on the dick. I was stung on the ass.
Nice.
I was stung everywhere.
Nice.
Like you wouldn't believe stung. The person in front of me had like 5 stings. Everybody in front of her were fine. I got the brunt of this. This thing, these yellow jackets just ruined my day.
I bet.
And it was my dad's birthday too. So like we went out to dinner with my dad and mom and grandparents and everything. We went to this nice seafood restaurant, and I had to wear sunglasses because I got stung in the eye. My eye looked like I got freaking beat with a bat.
Nice.
That I kept in the back of my car with a glove.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've broken my hand on my dad's birthday, and I stepped on a bee's nest on my dad's birthday.
Nice.
Now Brenda's allergic.
Oh.
Yeah,
Brenda. Gotta have an EpiPen with her all the time, or?
Most of the time. You know, she always forgets. But last time she was stung, it was in Navy boot camp in Orlando at the old naval base they had there, which is now Baldwin Park.
Closed it.
Yeah, they had to do the EpiPen, the whole 9 yards. She stopped breathing.
Wow.
Yelp, tiny little 5'1", 100 pounds, soaking wet, and hit with an EpiPen. I'm sure that must have been amazing to watch.
Well, this thing looks like a beehive that I just put up a picture of. Do you know what that is?
It looks like chassis to like pickup trucks stacked on top of each other, but they're not.
This is a popular New York City tourist attraction.
I'm guessing it's art. With
right.
My finger quotes.
It's according to WFLA.com. This is a Florida station reporting on this.
Yeah,
a 14-year-old boy jumped to his death from the 8th story of this sculpture. It's called The Vessel in Hudson Yards. And apparently they put this thing up a few years ago, and apparently they realized it was such a hit and you could climb on top of it and climb in it, and I guess, it looks like a spiral staircase or what have you as you're climbing up inside it.
Right.
Well, they discovered people were willing to pay for this, so they started charging $10 a head to get in. And
wow.
Now, if you're over 5, you have to pay $10. Anyway, this is near the western part of Manhattan in the Hudson River. It was designed by Thomas Heatherwick and the Heatherwick Studio. Yada 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 yada. I don't understand how you recover from something like that. How does a 14-year-old kid, and I pull up the video of this thing while I'm talking about it, and it does look like the inside of a beehive from the top, looking down. There's all this, it's almost like a cross between, what's that guy, Escher, who does those stairs going the drawings, the pencil drawings.
Yeah, the optical illusions.
Yeah, it almost looks like that crossed with a beehive there to me on the inside. Go check it out. It looks pretty cool. But shame, 14-year-old kid jumping to his death.
Well,
I know how to put the brakes on the show. I can do this fine on my own. You're all frozen. Why are you frozen, Mike? Mike, can you hear me? There you
I can hear you.
All right, you're unfrozen.
I was frozen, but can you hear me or no?
No.
All right, I'm back again.
I got one more cool picture here, and it's not really a cool picture. It's kind of a dick picture, if you ask me. I'm not putting up a dick pic.
Okay.
No, there's a dick.
Close. This
is a woman in Yellowstone. Correct. within
Okay.
15 feet of a grizzly bear protecting her
crap.
cubs.
I didn't see that one there. I was looking farther back, that black spot, and that other thing that looked like an ostrich. But yeah, really.
Apparently, a group of people saw these bears. They were in an area where you could pull off, kind or what have you. So the people are there, and the bear starts making a bluff charge, and everybody scatters. And then the bear does it again, and everybody's like, "Look, we get in your car, get in your car." This woman gets closer, so she can get a better picture. And as you see in that photo there, you can see her in the bottom right of the picture, and you can see the bear like ready to pounce on her 15 feet away. So,
Yeah. You want a better picture of a brown bear? Google it. Go to google.com. Go to google.com and just Google grizzly bear, black bear, brown bear, orange bear, and a million of them will come up. Take the picture, right-click it, and save it to your desktop. You now have a picture of a bear forever. You don't need to kill yourself for a picture of a bear.
Well, this is according to Newser.com. I'm going to give you the quick rundown on how this happened. She was charged by a grizzly bear in the encounter caught on video at the Yellowstone National Park and has been charged again. This time in U.S. District Court, investigators using the video, which went viral on social media, to identify suspect Samantha Daring. They asked for tips and someone sent one in to the Billings Gazette, that's in Montana. Daring unfollowed the park's Facebook page the same day it posted a photo of her on the page, and after getting a search warrant to view her Facebook page, the park found she had posted photos of the bears there. So there you go. You got famous for your picture of your bear. Congratulations.
So there's a charge for this? What's the charge? She's not feeding the bear, or was she? You know? Was she blowing the bear? I don't get it.
Illinois woman is charged with breaking federal law by feeding, touching, teasing, frightening, or intentionally disturbing wildlife.
Intentionally disturbing wildlife. Now that's subjective.
I get it, but I worked there. I saw people putting their kids on bison's backs to get a picture like it was friggin' Disney or something. It was crazy, dude.
Right? Wow. Amazing.
People got this false sense of security. They don't realize it's friggin' nature. You're trespassing on this animal's grounds. Anyway, we got about a minute 50 left here. You got any shout outs?
No, just place we went to dinner tonight was actually pretty decent. It was Hurricane Patty's in St. Augustine, right on the Intercoastal.
Nice.
Had some good seafood. The kids liked it. My 1-year-old ate tartar sauce, which is disgusting. But we had a good time. Good specialty drinks, decent prices.
We'll have to get to the tartar sauce is disgusting in another show here, but I do want to unravel that a little bit, but in another show. Hey, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Gino Losi. Check out GinoLosi.com for all your fishing needs. Anywhere in Florida. The guy's incredible. Pulls in all sorts of monster fish. There's pictures of it on websites on What's Hot in Florida as well, so check those out. Check out my friends at the Leesburg Melon Patch Theater. Dustin Levine doing a great job there. Go see those guys. And I think that's it. Shout out to Brenda. Happy birthday. And shout out to my lovely wife as well. And we will see you next time. If you're watching on Twitch, stick around. We're going to do another one of these in just a few.
Twitch.tv/bothmikes.